What's up, studs? Kunal here. Bulls on Wall Street. Guys, let's get to work today. There was some hot, incredible heat both ways in the markets. You know, we had some longs, some shorts. The action was fantastic. You know, today's video, we're going to go over the indexes. We'll go into the watch list. But let's just, take a look at this QQQ. What you can see is like right off the bat at the open. We gapped up. And this is kind of your classic trap play. We gapped up, faded the gap. We went green to red for a hot second, but we just tested literally into, the previous day's low. And then the Jets turned on. And it was an all-day trender, no breaks, no give-backs. And you saw risk across the table in all assets, whether it is small caps, mid caps, tech stocks, the SPY, it was all right across the board. That's what you really want to see, when you're looking at kind of like a broad-based run. You want to see if everything is participating. And we had that. Look at this. We had 554 breakouts today, which is a significant. We haven't had that many since 327. So it's been over a month and 5 days since we had this many breakouts. It's quite a significant, quite a significant thing. And I think, the tell is kind of how small caps also went, China stocks also went, it was across the board. It wasn't just big tech. And that's something to say. And, after the FOMC yesterday, people were trying to decipher whether it was good or bad. And it's in the end, does it really matter, right? The market is responding positive to it. We finished with a 2% move going into Friday, 0 DTI Friday, where we always have the huge volatility, right? So now we've got we made a low, we got a higher low. If we come out of this range here, dude, we're really off to the races on this thing. So just kind of be mindful as we go through this. Just be mindful as we go through this, man. We've got some levels that we're starting to take on. So we're starting to see, a little bit of a W pattern with these higher lows. And if we can kind of take out this range, this 200 on the IWM, then, we're going to make an attack at this 50-day moving average, and maybe we come back into this range, right? So something to kind of be mindful of. And I think the cool positive thing of today was, we also saw finally these Chinese stocks, Perkins Pickle, led by, there was just so many of these. Look at this, Billy, XBET, Futu, Beaky, Casey, across the board. So we want to keep a basket of Chinese stocks around. If they dip off tomorrow, maybe we'll try some red to greens. What we want to also keep an eye on is Apple. Apple had earnings out, and dude, you never see Apple move this many points, right? It's they came in 174, 186. That's just a hell of a run, right? Remounting the 200-day moving average, it kind of puts this 195 back in the cards. And so we'll see kind of what happens with Apple. One thing I want to just be careful of with this, it's a powerful move. But remember, in the post-market, Google had gotten to about 182. And it faded off the whole earnings day, and then the next day, and the next day. And so sometimes there is a little bit of selling going on. Microsoft, this was the day of Microsoft's earnings. It was up a few percent, and then it kind of pulled back. And so it's not a guarantee that, Apple holds up, but it is a more powerful look than Microsoft, which kind of gapped into resistance, right? So just something to keep mind of. Let's go into some names, man. I could have done a little bit better job trading today, that's for sure, but we had the perfect watch list of gappers and stuff this morning. This is what you dream of. This is why earnings season is so powerful, right? This Aspen Aerogels had, dude, an awesome, right? They had a good earnings report, it looks like. Dude, you came out and just all day long trend, pretty low float, billion-dollar company. This is the kind of name that you want, 12 million shares in volume. This is a picture-perfect idea for a potential day two play. It was a great trender today. Guys, scan for these earnings plays. Man, this is what you want to be playing. This is what you want to be a part of. I had this ENVX on the watch list. This acted beautifully today. And I think it's ready for a day two play. Big volume on it. Right, you had a gap up, a pullback into the 9 EMA. Nice trend on this one. Let's keep that on the watch list. Dude, we had CVNA here. You know, it gapped up a lot, but once it pulled back into the 50 MA, right, you had a nice $8 bounce. I think this is still ready for tomorrow. Let's see what's going on this bad boy. Car, also nice little squeezer, right? Gap up, pull back. So I want to keep some of these earnings plays. HYM also, right? Big spike. Pull back right into the bone zone, right? And then nice bounce and all of this kind of stuff. See, this is what it's about, right? This is like, these are the plays that we want to be a part of. Guys, scan for these, like every single earnings play. Put them on a list. Shift through them. Don't just count on being gappers, because some of them may have light volume. Then what you want to really be doing is, right, kind of marinating these things into, right, different watch lists. Like I have, right, like this 6-window layout here. I have a few of these going. So then I can kind of keep track of these as they go, right? And so I got a nice organized list of stocks, and I'm not going to really miss anything. But look at this bad boy. First candle, that's a, you know, MPC's galore. So I want to put this on watch for a day 2 at 10 million shares in volume. W for a day 2 play. This got some shorts in it. It's been beaten down. Love this look. And old Qualcomm, too. Finally took it out these highs, man. It was very tradable today. You know, the options contracts were pretty cheap on these things. Dude, like, you know, I was messing around with this thing at the 50 EMA today, and, you know, the contracts were just moving nutty. Like, came down to the 50 EMA, the contract's sitting around at $1.20, $1.30. Like, you get these just epic runs, right, on these earnings days. Like, we want to be a part of this stuff. Like, this is where the real hot heat is. So keep an eye on that. And then I want you to add all these kind of Chinese names on, right? So this LI still got some room to run. You know, XPEV is got a first big update here. You know, look at the big base that it's coming out of. 28 million shares. Let's see if this thing's got it, right? Any juice to it. Look at this gap up, pull back to the 9. Guys, this was the day of days, right? Like, when you look back in hindsight, it's like, holy crap, right? Like, there was so much of this kind of stuff going on. PDD had a big day today. Let's watch this thing for a week open. You get an ORB, pull back to the 9, pull back to the 20. That's what you want to see with your stocks, right? You want to see them act orderly. You want to see them really following the things that you use on your charts, right? There's a lot of different strategies, but like, I'm a momentum trader, so I have my chart set up specifically to trade trends, specifically to trade momentum. And dude, this is boner patrol all over the place. A couple speckies that I think we should keep watch of. You know, this Beaky is got just like, it's been left for dead. It's got a huge multi-year, right, long base over here. You know, I think even this KC, you know, might have a chance here. Like, you got some of these bad boys are going to get picked up. But then, you know, you can always stick with the big boys too, like JD. I mean, there's like a lot of this action going on. Man, what a trend. So when you have trends like this, so a couple just word to the wise. When you have trends like this, oftentimes you'll kind of open weak. And the open will be choppy. They don't necessarily just go red to green right off the bat. When you have these kind of like 9 EMA pure all day long trenders, oftentimes the first hour the next day can be choppy. So like, you don't want to just blow all your mental capital, like just dicker and dealing and going in too heavy, too large at the open. Let the bases form, let the ranges set, and then come in and hammer them if you start to see the setup, right? You know, you got WB is also just starting to make a move up 8% today. TAL, this one has got right on support here. I think this one has got like probably a lot of room to go. Like, it's, you know, only had one update so far. You know, Baidu is, of course, kind of the best of breed out of these things. You got room to the 200-day moving average. I got a whole host of these names here that I'm watching. YYIQZTO. I'll put the link in the comments and in the chat room. So, guys, China stocks, I want to do some of these day 2 earnings plays, the ones that we had on the watch list this morning for gappers. And then we'll have earnings plays for tomorrow that, you know, we want to be, you know, trading. So let's kind of be a little bit organized, because there's almost too many stocks, right? And so when there's too many stocks, it's easy to get kind of caught up in the weeds. But what I'll be doing, I'll be in the chat room a little bit early tomorrow, right? And we'll make sure that we've got ourselves dude, we'll make sure we got ourselves some fun for tomorrow, right? So if you look like, dude, we've got so many earnings placed tomorrow. Like, check this out, right? Boom, 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 boom. Earnings for the week. So, like, Thursday, there's quite a few. Aftermarket, look at this: Apple, Amgen, Coin. You got Donkey Kong, S-Cube, right? And then before the market, we got quite a few, too. There's even some that are left for dead, like Fubo, that maybe gets a little run or something. Nothing that sexy in the morning, but it looks like after hours, we definitely got some. So, let's shred tomorrow. It's Friday. We know Fridays are volatile. Sometimes they're volatile to the downside, sometimes to the upside. Be prepared for both ways. But there were some positive developments in the market that we just got to be aware of. Let's go have some fun, man. Let's go make some money. I love you guys. Peace.